This weekend, I saw a woman do the most outlandish, incredible thing that I could never comprehend doing. Stick around, learn more about what she did as we discuss how self consciousness will interrupt your mindfulness. So, this week, instead of a guided meditation, I'm going to challenge you to work on your mindfulness. And remember, being mindful is being present in the moment and truly experiencing that moment. Being self-conscious gets in the way of our mindfulness. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be aware of any societal norms and that you should just do whatever you want. I'm not promoting anarchy here. But I am going to ask you to really take a look at the things that is preventing you from being mindful. So I was telling myself this morning, I need to get my hair dry after the shower before I do this. And I was like, no, I'm a real human. They know I'm a real human. I have to shower. So I decided to do today's video with my hair still mostly wet from the shower. No makeup on, but as you know, I don't often wear makeup. I've gotten over that hang up a while ago. Part of being mindful is loving kindness to yourself. And when we are hypercritical or we are incredibly self-conscious, we are blocking that ability to extend loving kindness to ourselves. It creates a constant action of judging and hypercriticalness of ourselves, others, and our actions. So think of being super overly self-conscious as being your harsh, critical inner voice. It's that little voice inside us that's nagging, that's telling us you can't do that, you can't look like that, you can't act like that, you can't enjoy that because it's not what you should do. What will people think? It blocks us from sensory input. We're so focused on what's going on in our own heads that we're not even noticing the things that are around us. We're not noticing the warmth of the sun. We're not noticing the sound of the birds. We're not noticing anything besides that voice talking to us, telling us what we're doing wrong. It's a fear of judgment. We're afraid of what other people are going to think. We're afraid of people judging us and thinking us as less than. Chances are nobody's really paying attention to the thing that your inner voice is telling you is wrong. So we're judging ourselves, which is not an act of loving kindness. So you already know some of the tools to be able to overcome this. You know that practicing mindful meditation is a way to help bring you into that moment so you can start recognizing when it's your harsh, critical inner voice or when it is something else entirely. You're noticing the things around you. You're present in the moment. Other steps that you can take is when you notice that you're concerned about something, that you are worried about something, that you've got that voice in your head, literally stop and ask yourself, is that a valid concern? Or am I being too hypercritical of myself? Actively challenge that thought. Well, why can't I go out without makeup? Why can't I go out with my hair wet? Why can't I wear that clothing? Really validate where that's coming from. Challenge it. And see if it's something that you truly shouldn't do. Like, why should I have to wear my seatbelt? No, wear your seatbelt. That is a valid concern. I can't wear this red t-shirt with the white stripes on camera. Why not? Nobody's going to worry about it. So really focus on what that voice is telling you and determine if it's actually worth listening to. And if you really feel yourself being drawn into your own inner critic, take a few minutes to physically notice the surroundings around you. Take a moment and feel the air temperature. It's a little cool in my office today. I'm noticing that. My hands are a little cold. Touch something. Feel the surface of your desk. See how that feels. Notice the sounds around you. I can hear the vent running in my office. I can hear the little bit of a hum from my ceiling fan. Take yourself out of that voice, take yourself out of your head, and focus on the environment around you for a few minutes. Then you can come back and analyze what you're really feeling and what you're really thinking. So, what was the crazy, outlandish thing that the lady did this past weekend that really made me think about this challenge and bringing this to you? I went out yesterday morning very early to go pick up some groceries. I was going to make dinner for my youngest son because it was his birthday last week, and I wanted to make one of his favorite dishes for Sunday dinner. And as I was driving back in, and I'm in a little bit of a rush because I'm trying to make sure I get everything done and prepped and ready for dinner, I saw one of my neighbors, several houses down from us, walk out onto her front porch. And she was in a dressing gown. And think, you're I don't want to say old fashioned because I know plenty of people that still use it, but one of the robes that button down the front. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I could never walk out to the front porch and be in my robe for the whole neighborhood to see. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, good for her. It was a beautiful morning yesterday morning. It was cool, but it was a beautiful sky. The air was crisp. And she went out and sat down. I watched her sit down with her cup of coffee in her rocking chair on the front porch, enjoying the moment and being truly present in the moment while I was rushing around, worrying about the timeline I had set up in my head. And we see this lady often when my husband and I take walks. She does tend to sit on her front porch in the afternoons and the evenings, and we always wave and say hello. And I realized that I need to be more like her. I need to be more present in that moment. I need to be willing to tell myself that, just like her, I'm decently covered. I'm fine. And I need to go out and then just enjoy that morning. So my challenge to you this week is twofold. Question your inner critic. Don't believe everything they say. A lot of times they're lying to you. Question it. Validate it. 2, I want you to do something that's outside of your normal comfort level. And to do it in a way that you are present in the moment. And you are truly experiencing that moment in time. So once you've done that, leave me a couple comments in the links. Tell me how it felt. Tell me how you felt afterwards. And the first couple of times, it's going to feel awkward and you're not necessarily going to feel comfortable. And that is perfectly fine. Try it again. So let me know how your week goes. And I hope this is helpful. I will see you next week on Working Mindfully.